Well, hello everybody, and happy storm moon, and happy spring equinox, time of Aquarius. This is the time of new beginnings and new ventures, and how befitting is that, what we're going through with all of this ascension, and so many of us are really feeling it now, and we're doing our creativity work, and we're really working hard and bringing in the world, the new world that we would like to live in. And so today I want to talk about some very interesting topics. I want to talk about where where we actually store the Akashic records within ourselves, the sacred space that we have, and a little bit about the Ascended Masters, because a lot of people are still saying that they're, they're around us more and more than ever before. And it was interesting because I was listening to Drunvalo Melchizedek. He was talking about the 1980s when the Ascended Masters, there was a period in time when the Ascended Masters decided that they wanted to give us, open up, and give us more access to some of our memories from our past in order to help us along with this ascension process. But it didn't work because this planet, Gaia, was a patriarchal planet. It was all left brain masculine. And this planet had never gone through this before. And there was a period in time, I think they said about 500 years ago, Gaia just left. And I think that's why there was a point where so many of us were afraid that this planet was not going to make it. We weren't going to make it. But then she decided that she was going to return. Having had enough and seeing enough, she was going to return. And I kind of think about Lord of the Rings. I'm such a Lord of the Rings fan. And I write fantasy and paranormal, but it kind of reminded me when Gandalf was taken down, by that terrible, horrible, fiery beast. And then come to find out he returned. And he went from Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White. Remember that? Oh, that was so exciting. And he was in there with the tree ants. He was living amongst the trees. He was with nature. And so I think all of that is symbolic of what's going on today. And so in talking about the Ascended Masters, yeah, and I guess a lot of us can say, well, some of them were ancient aliens that came from a different planet that came to help us, and that could very well be. But there's thousands of them and thousands of them, and what I would like to say that isn't that what we're going into right now? Those of us who are doing our work, and those of us who are especially doing the heart work, and those of us who are actually following the teachings of the Ascended Masters, isn't that, I mean, isn't this what's happening with Ascension? We are actually, I guess what I'm trying to say is, we are sending masters ourselves. Not all of us. There's so many of us that I think are at that edge, the precipice right now of stepping into becoming like the Ascended Masters. And all of that now knowledge is waking within them, and they're changing their heart coherence and their attitudes and how they look at everyone, and their acceptance and their compassion. And so many of us, we talk about this now, and we're stepping into that. So I think for many of us who are doing our work, that's where we're headed. We're heading up into the mastery, ascension mastery, so we can still help those, because there's so many of humanity. Now, this is why we came here, right? Us masters, we came here to help humanity. And so humanity is starting to wake up. We just can't leave now that they're starting to wake up. We have to finish the job. So it's up to us who have been doing the work to help humanity that is finally starting to wake up. And we know that not all of them will, and there's going to be a place for them. They will be taken, to another planet, much like the 3D Earth, to live out their life and continue the minimal growth that they're going to, or just experience what they want to experience. And we also know that the really dark, dastardly eaters, they're just going to go back to the central sun and be reconstituted. So for us who've been doing the work and doing videos and just trying to get the message out there, we're stepping up into that mastering now. But there is one link to all of this, and it is the heart center, and it's us. This is our connection to our Akashic Records. There's a spot within the center of our heart that holds the Akashic Records. So when we say we have heart intuition, what does that tell you? We are accessing. My nose is running. I don't know why my nose runs every time I do one of these videos. But so when we go into our heart center, we're accessing our intuition and our Akashic Records, all the memories of the universe. Not necessarily our memories, it's all the memories of the universe. And it's really interesting because there's so much science that's put to this. And Heart Math Institute has done so much to bring the science behind this. And doctors have found when they do the heart, like the heart surgeons, when they do heart surgery, they found out that there is this little spinning light within the heart. And they have found that if they touch that with one of their scalpels, that will kill that person. And so what is that telling you? That is where we live, so to speak, putting it simply. I'm having trouble here. Help me out, guys. So it was the Ascended Masters that were telling, like, the indigenous tribes, Native Americans, the Aborigines. The Aborigines are supposed to be the original people of this planet. And look at how we treat them. Look at how they were treated. And look at what we did to the Native Americans. But they're the ones that kept this information about the heart center holding the Akashic Records. And they know how to access and how to get there. And you can meditate 20 hours a day. And if you haven't done your work prior, and if you are holding on to old traumatic emotions, we call it our shadow work. If you haven't done and completed your shadow work, it's very hard for you to meditate and reach this sacred spot within the heart. The meditators tend to plateau. They can only go so far in meditating, and they can't go any farther. They can meditate all the time, all they want, and they'll only get so far. So that kind of work will take years and years and years and thousands of years if you keep working that way. Whereas if you listen to what the Ascended Masters were trying to teach us, and of course that includes balancing, bringing in the feminine, the divine feminine, and the divine masculine, and balancing that, the times that we are in right now. So many men are afraid to embrace that divine feminine within them, and it's to their detriment. According to the universe, planet Earth is the hell planet, And so we came here to really do a lot of great work. And so for those of us that are doing our heart work, we are getting ready to become ascending master. And we teach us at HeartMath, teach how to do this. People like Drumballo Melchizedek, he teaches that. If you're lucky enough to know, any of the indigenous masters and medicine people, they teach this. And so this is something that we at HeartMath teach. It's very integral to what is going on. It's very integral to the world, the new world that we're creating and what we are going to experience. And so it's all about reaching that. We call it, some say 0 point, we call it point zero space, the sacred space within our heart. And that stillness, that what's the word I'm looking for here? My dyslexic brain is interfering with me. But it's that stillness, and it's that place where you can step back and just observe and look at everything around you without judgment at all, no judgment at all. And it's very freeing. It's so very freeing when you can get to this place. So those who are really doing a lot of work, they will be able to access this a lot easier than those who are just waking up now. It will take the rest of us to teach them how to do that. You first have to learn it for yourself and then teach the rest of them. But, it's not something that they can learn in one session. This is a journey. It is a journey of doing the work first. And so I wanted to talk about that today and how important that is. And just finding that compassion. Compassion is not sympathy and it's not empathy. It's that internal knowing of letting someone that is going through hard times. You have to understand why they're going through hard times. And you have to understand that you are just a way shower and you are not to do the work for them. I used to do that. I just wanted to do the work for them. I had too much sympathy. And it just turned around and bit me in the ass when I did it. They were not ready for me to give them what I knew. They had to take the journey. And so that's where compassion comes in. We have to allow them. We have to just show and guide them to their own healing so they can take their own journey. And to forsake them their aha moments doesn't help them at all. I love the aha moments. And, I thought I've done it all and I'm still getting the aha moments. And I will continue to have the aha moments. And I would just as soon figure them out for myself versus having someone tell me. And so we're really going in this great acceleration of growth right now. We're in the time of Aquarius and we're in the new beginnings. We're back into the spring and the dead of winter is behind us now. And so this is a very important time to really start once again doing our internal work, not waiting for some flash to come through and change us instantaneously, because there's no fun in that. Yes, the waves are coming through. All of that is coming through to help us. But we still have to find the answers to our questions from within ourselves and join everybody else who's been doing the work. And a lot of people are experiencing a lot of this ascension stuff, a lot of weird symptoms again. I've been having a lot of issues with my eyes. A lot of people have been talking about eyes, and I wear glasses, and it's more than failing eyesight. It's something different. It's like I'm trying to see 3 different dimensions at the same time, and they're all getting discombobbled, and then what it does is it makes me nauseous and dizzy. My, our diets are changing again. Um, what else? Oh, I was listening to Greg Prescott with in 5D, and he was talking about leaky ears. Uh, so if somebody's out there having strange symptom of leaky ears, apparently that is a symptom. We're all different. We're all at a different level, third dimension to fifth dimension. There's so many different densities in between, and there are so many different layers, and we're all on different layers, and we're all going to see the universe differently. It's just like when you look at a painting, everybody sees the painting differently. We don't see colors the exact same way. My version of the new world is not the same as your version of the new world. So we're all learning how to integrate all of that, and because it's what the time of the ending of the divide and conquer. Oh my gosh. So, okay, leaky nose is one of the symptoms. Leaky ears, leaky nose. I have a leaky nose right now. This is terrible. But dizziness, and like we said before, it just depends on where you at. I mean, if you've done a lot of work, your symptoms won't be as severe as those who are just starting their growth. And so we have to have compassion for those who are going through this right now and to support them. And remember, we were there once, and just be grateful that they are finally waking up. And my husband is going through that, and even my dogs are going through that. They both had stomach issues and diarrhea and things like that, and same food. I don't take them to a lot of places, so they didn't catch doggy flu. I feed them very, very good organic food. So I knew that they were going through Ascension symptoms too. One of my horses is going through that. He's doing a lot of releasing. He's doing a lot of regeneration. He's 20 years old. He came to me when he was 20, and I'm just watching his body transform. And even the person that comes and does his hooves, commented that he looks like he's 3 or 4 years younger than the last time I was here. And I've only had him 5 months, I think. But he's transforming, and it's because I am giving him the compassion, and when I'm around him, I am looking at him as regenerating and not getting old and useless and not worth anything. My energy is going out to him, and what it's doing is because I'm sending him this positive love and heart coherence energy, I'm actually helping him change his DNA. And it also in turn helps my DNA. It's what I'm putting out in the field. Remember, I always say that, what are you feeding the field? So instead of going out there and being sympathetic that, oh, he's just an old bag of bones and he's only got a couple more years to live, I'm going out there, and at night I work with him, I send him energy and talk with him, and I call him handsome, and I envision him, this big, beautiful, strong horse. And he also came to me with some lameness issues, and those are virtually gone. And he's just transforming in front of me. And so if they can do that, that means we can do it, and we're doing it too. I'm pushing 60, and I look in the mirror and go, I don't believe in aging. I think aging was a program that was, of course, put on us. Yes, we really have to work with that because of all the crap that they're bombarding us with. It's a little bit harder than it used to be. But remember, we're taking our bodies with us. We are this time taking our bodies with us, and that's why we're having so many painful issues. And how you treat your body and what you put in your body is really going to help you or not. So, they say that once we ascend, we would like to be, around in our 30s, around there. So why can't we do it now? So this is something that we're doing now. we can do. And I see a lot of people do it. I see a lot of people. We're not actually aging. It's like that has stopped. We're at this plateau of aging, and we're starting to regenerate, rejuvenate. We are changing the physicality, and we're doing it. We have the I think the biggest thing that can help us is working through the heart, what the ascended masters were talking about. And so that's what I like to do. And so I think that's all I want to talk to you guys about today. But anyways, happy spring equinox and storm moon, full moon. Isn't it a super moon too? I mean, we have all of these coming in. So March, the Aquarian time of Aquarian, we're in Aquarius, I believe. People are still talking about that. Yes, we are in this. So it's all of these things are happening at once. So it's up to us to integrate that. It's up to us whether we want to bring that in and anchor that in within us. We all have a choice. And so we can just sit around and go, well, the grand solar flash is coming and that's going to do all the work for me. Wrong. Sorry, people. That's not how it works. And if there's people out there telling you that that's how it works, they're doing you a disservice. They're forsaking you, the journey. And that's how you grow, is by you doing the journey. And we look forward to you telling us what you're experiencing and what you're feeling and what you're seeing and all of your aha moments. So I think that's all I got for you guys today. Yeah, and I'm not sure when I'll be back. I just never know when I'm doing these, and half the time I don't even know the words that are going to come out of my mouth. I'm just kind of letting it go the way it should. So anyways, you guys, remember to really be mindful of what you are feeding the field. And if anybody is interested in how to do the how to connect with that sacred space in their heart and access their true Akashic Records. And if you're interested in doing any of your shadow work, if you're interested in learning true compassion and true care and how it could really accelerate your ascension process, please feel free to contact me. All right, talk to you soon.